Should be sending live now. Gonna wait for Josh to roll in. Oh, there you are.
Hello?
It works. It's split. Perfect. How's it?
I can't hear you. Hold on.
You hear me
Hello?
now?
Yes. Can you hear
All
me?
right. Can you hear me now? Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool.
You just have to keep the camera still, I think.
There we go.
Keep it as still as possible.
Is that
Are you
right?
using Wi-Fi or are you using your phone's connection?
Phone. But my Wi-Fi shit.
Let's have a look. Wait for it to get a connection. There are more people that come on. I had a problem last time with my. I was using an iPhone last time, and it was lagging really bad because it was overheating, and the phone was getting so hot, so it was creating this massive lag. And
I think it's okay.
yeah, Can you see yourself in a good picture, or are you pixelated?
No, I'm fine. You're
Okay,
fine.
cool. All right, perfect. So you're here. Nice. Thanks for coming on, man. It's good. It's good fun.
Thanks for asking me. I'm flattered
Yeah,
for sure. Like the caliber of people you've had on, I'm a bit
yeah,
surprised, to be honest with you.
yeah. Of course. Yeah, I've been following you for a long time.
Yeah,
For
no.
for a long time.
Well, we've been chatting. Oh God, it's my cat. Sorry. Yeah. Well, we've been chatting on and off about lenses and whatnot, haven't we? So.
Yeah, definitely. I remember when you was doing the manual stuff, and then you stopped doing manual lenses, and you stopped doing it because of the umbrellas and the rain.
I know, yeah, I just can't. I did it, but I just stand in the same spot and just, I
Yeah,
don't know. I've missed so many shots, but
yeah.
I
Are
do
you back
regret
on
it.
it now then?
Maybe. Next now.
Yeah,
It's a nice way
yeah,
to, cheap way to experiment, isn't it? So,
yeah, yeah. Your account's been blowing up recently, man. Seems like it's going really well.
yeah, I don't really know why. I don't know what the secret is. Just, I'm not going to complain, not going to jinx it. Just
Mm.
keep going, I guess. See what happens.
Yeah, yeah. You've definitely found your own style. I can see in my feed that what images are yours when they come up. Definitely,
Oh, that's kind of you.
which
People
is good.
say that quite a lot, but I don't really see it myself. I mean, I don't know.
No,
But
but maybe it's because you're doing the stuff that you like to do, and so for you, it's just coming easy. It's not like you're trying to do something else. You're using the Sony now, right? Still,
yes,
it
yeah,
is there.
yeah, cracking on with that. I'd much prefer it to Fuji, but I'm not gonna.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it makes it pretty easy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you prefer it in what way?
Battery life, autofocus, image
Mm.
quality,
Mm.
ISO, everything.
Yeah, definitely, it's an ISO monster, definitely. And
Oh
battery
yeah,
life, absolute shit on the Fuji's.
yeah. It completely blows out of the water. Yeah,
Mm.
I like taking pictures. Well, in London as well, I work like 9 to 5, and then winter months, like the only option is to take pictures at night. So it
Yeah.
just makes it really easy. So,
How's your workflow? I mean, you're taking your camera. I mean, myself, most of my pictures are taken when I'm going somewhere or doing
yeah,
something.
yeah. Well, I have my camera with me all the time. I walk to and from work is about 2 miles each way. So
Mm.
there's that every day. And I try and get out maybe 2 evenings a week just properly for like 2 or 3 hours, and then at least one full day on the weekend if I can. But
Mm.
I get about 30 miles in a week walking. That's about normal.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
That's a goal anyway. But
Just want to clarify, someone was saying that I was making Sony jokes last time. I didn't. I'm not using a Fuji. Josh is using a Fuji. Yeah, not using a Sony. Josh is using a Sony. I'm still in a Fuji.
who was saying
And
that?
someone, yeah, someone in the comments said I was making Sony jokes last time. But
Yeah,
no,
probably
no,
Clem.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I haven't changed my Fuji. You shoot a lot of film as well, right?
Yeah, yeah. I kind of keep dipping in and out of film, but
Mm.
it's just I love it. I mean, I ideally would just shoot film, but scanning. That's it. It just kills me.
Yeah. How did you go with it? Yeah, the cost is definitely definitely. I mean, I develop all my stuff myself, and it's still definitely expensive. But I mean, I don't know what you feel, but I definitely think more before I take the shots. But I mean, also I can come home with like 200 good pictures with the Fuji compared to, you know what I mean? It's a trade-off, really. It's a trade-off.
Yeah, and there's also like the disappointment when you think you've got something and you get a roll back
Yeah,
and you're like, oh, this is all shit.
yeah. It's definitely nice to blast sometimes with a digital, definitely.
Yeah, I like switching between them. It's not. I say I'm about 80%. I try and use film one day a week, but I'm not
Yeah,
even managing that, to be honest with you. But
no, no. So otherwise, you don't sort of plan going out to take. You just sort of you just have it with you then, sort of thing. Or do you go and take massive walk?
I normally take both cameras and just have one in my bag, and then if the sun comes out, maybe start shooting film. But
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. Ideally, I mean, I think it's better to just pick one for the day, because then you're not
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
just
You can. Yeah, exactly. You can almost get anxiety of what camera you're going to use and what you're going to. It's like when you go out for a session, and you take hundreds of lenses and loads of cameras and stuff. You spend more time wondering what you're going to do and what you're going to shoot with than actually taking the pictures.
for sure. That's it. Yeah, it's just another thing to stress out about, and then when you faffed around with it, you miss the shot probably. So
Yeah, exactly, exactly. What, 50, 35?
35 only these days.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think anything longer than 50 makes me motion sick.
yeah, yeah. I know what I mean.
Like just walking down the street and changing between like normal field of view and like 85 or something, I just feel I'm going to
Yeah,
puke.
yeah.
50 mil, I probably would use more, but the only 50 mil lens I've got is a Sigma lens, and it's like this
Mm,
big and
yeah.
weighs like a kilo. And it's just, I used to love it. It's so sharp, but I just kind of, it's too much of a pain. Like, and
Is it the art series or?
yeah, it's a Sigma Art one. It's,
Yeah, I had a 35 at 1.4.
I got the 50 of that. It's so sharp.
Yeah, it's so sharp when it hits when it hits the focus.
Yeah,
It's like classic. The 35 was like it could focus a couple of millimeters behind or in front. You know,
yeah.
De definitely. But your account has blown up, and I noticed also a massive. Obviously, don't take it the wrong way, but a massive improvement. It's sort of gone like bam. It's like something's clicked, and you found your own style, and you're doing your own thing. You know, definitely. Even with the edits as well, you've got a different edit to a lot of people.
Yeah, I look back to the stuff I was posting even like a year ago, and I was like, "This is trash." But I
Mm.
mean, to be honest, I'm not really. I've only really taken 2 pictures I'm maybe pleased with so far. Anyway,
Mm.
to be honest with you. So yeah, I just think I'm just more time you put in, I don't know, just
Yeah,
spend so
definitely,
much
definitely.
time on it, and then sometimes it just. But yeah, I don't know.
Are,
It's
are you think are you thinking about the whole feed when you post it, or are you just like blasting out? You shoot it, you take it, you post it.
I can't. No, I can't be able to think that far ahead. I mean, I probably should.
No.
I saw someone had an app where you could almost like plan your Instagram feed. That seems a
Yeah.
bit. I don't know. I'm more like time responding to like. I don't know. It's just I don't want to. You don't want to invest too much time in messing around with that. We could just be taking pictures, don't you? So.
Mm, mm, mm. Have you got any sponsors or anyone approached you after recently doing from your account or I mean if I rephrase it, the aim for you is just to show what pictures you're taking, or have you got like an end goal in it? You want to be a photographer? You want to sort of
It's just a hobby for me. Like it's just the way to relax. Like
yeah, no, yeah, definitely.
I just love going for a walk with a camera
Yeah,
and the thought of like you had money in it, and then it kind of. I mean, not that anybody would pay me anyway, but I'm saying all this, I probably would if someone offered me a job. I would obviously do it, but at the same time, it is nice that it's just nice having that to look forward to on the weekend, just like going out in the morning with a camera, walking like 10, 15 miles. Thought
yeah,
like
definitely.
making it stressful by getting money involved, and I don't know, it doesn't really appeal to me. Plus,
No.
it's just a nice way to wind down, and then. Especially, I don't really sleep particularly well, so it's nice to just once I've walked like 15 miles, that's like I'm guaranteed to get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, yeah. Now the thing is, if you made it your job, you need to have another hobby to relax from your job, and that's
Exactly.
then it.
And I'm just enjoying it too much. Like it's just, I just look forward to it all the time. I don't want to not
Mm.
look forward to it. I don't want it to become a
No,
chore.
no, definitely.
Is
No,
it the
it's
same for you?
what. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is definitely. Sometimes people ask if you want to do a wedding or do something like that, and that's good fun. But it's definitely. It was like starting Capture Streets. I thought, I'll do this, and then show different photographers and stuff like that. We get asked a couple of times to do stuff, but don't even think of it like that, really. I suppose the days of having followers and getting stuff is pretty much over because there's so many people who are doing Instagram these days and so many accounts. It's just it's more doing it for the fun of it. And sometimes I don't even look at it for 2 or 3 days, and then the other guys post, and then the same with mine. I get no stress whatsoever. Someone wrote the other day that my page was curated well. And I thought it's good. That's lucky because I spend zero time. I just take it and I post it. I've no, even your page looks it looks smooth. But I mean, that's just because you're doing the stuff you like doing, I think.
That's kind of you. You're charming, absolute charming.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It does look smooth. Yeah, can I borrow the Sigma? No.
I think I'm going to sell it, to be honest with you.
Oh, you've got a lot of audience and people to sell it. You should we'll send you up your address later, and then people can send donations. We'll do a GoFundMe or something. You can buy it.
That'll do it. That'll be a pretty niche one.
Hmm. What do you think about Instagram taking away the likes?
I don't know. I saw a lot of people saying it's like a good thing, or my understanding is like the people, you can still see how many people have liked. Oh, sorry, tapping the table. You can still see how many people have liked your picture, but everyone else can't.
Yeah,
I think people are still going to obsess about it. I mean, if I can still see, I'm still going to check. So I don't really think it'll change anything.
No.
Personally.
No. Do you get bummed out if a picture you put up got 100 likes?
Yeah, it's usually the ones I'm most pleased with do the worst. So I can guarantee that. I'm used to it.
Do you take them down?
What?
Take them down? Be honest.
Yeah, all the time.
You archive them?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
And then I sit alone and cry to myself.
And look at them yourself. Sit alone and look at them yourself.
Sit alone in the dark and think.
Yeah. So what's your limit? What's your limit then? Because I had a quick look through your feed now, and you got like 2,000 likes pretty much 2,000 likes every picture. A stable between 1,000 and 2,000. So anything under that you're archiving?
Like 4 months ago, it was like 4,000, 5,000, and they seem to have trimmed something down. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, obviously, but I think, I don't know what the limit is. That's weird that there's a science to it. You called me out. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave them up now.
Because it does matter. You can't say it doesn't matter if it does matter. It does matter. I'm just saying. If I take a picture that's great, that I think, I love this picture, and 6 people like it, you're like, nah, I'm not going to keep that on my feed.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
And at the end of the day, if you weren't worried about or wanting likes and people to look at it, you just wouldn't post them. So, I mean, all of us, I think, put it up for some.
That is true. Yeah, I don't know. I maybe need to be a bit more confident with it, I guess. But sometimes if it does bomb, you're like, oh, maybe there is a reason, Especially because there's no like constructive feedback really. It's kind of not a space for like constructive criticism in a way. It's just either people like it or they don't. There's no like, oh, maybe you could have done this. It's not really not like I started off submitting stuff on Flickr to like forums on there where you just get torn apart by people.
Yeah. But the difference, I noticed going from different forums, I call it, I've talked about it before, but there's definitely Instagram street photography. If you go to other stuff like Flickr, there's much more to choose from. The levels are different. There's a lot. It can be a lot of same. Sometimes you're just scrolling through and it's like one great big long feed. I know getting a bit blind to it with Capture Streets because you're only just looking constantly and the stuff that's now sticking out for me to look out. It's the stuff that's not in a rule of thirds. It's not perfectly edited. It's not perfectly framed. It's the stuff that's a bit different.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find because you don't see them because they don't get 2,000, 3,000 likes. So they're just in these accounts that you have to sort of look through. Even if you look at the tag, you know, you have to scroll through thousands and thousands and thousands of pictures of the same thing just to get the good one, you know. And everyone.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I prefer personally to shoot landscape, like 35 mil landscape style, and I have a few pictures I mean, I'm kind of happy with, but I'll never post on Instagram just because I know they just won't translate to the side of the postage stamp. So, I mean, yeah, it's just, some stuff it just translates really well on here, and some stuff, even though, I mean, it is really interesting and good to look at, it just falls by the wayside, doesn't it? It's frustrating.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I think we definitely need to, definitely as a community, I think, as with street photography, it's more. I think people found out that the more you engage, the more you get engagement back.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people write on other people's stuff just because it's, you know, if I engage with this person, then let other people see my feed, and then you can see that a lot. You got these standard comments or standard likes and stuff like that. But I think definitely, I can't remember who was doing it. I think it was Nico Street. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he had a session where he was doing harsh critiquing.
Yeah,
other people's
I admitted to that. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I got trashed.
Me too.
Yeah.
Rightly so. I mean, I don't mind that. I mean, it's nice to. Yes. Sorry, I think my cat just puked. He's all right.
Oh, lovely.
He's all right.
Take a picture. Take a picture and post it. I dare you.
Maybe later. Yeah. I know it's weird. Like you don't necessarily want to open up a critique to like 30,000 people or something but I think it is important to have like a kind of group of people you can send stuff to and just bounce ideas off, just like because sometimes, I mean, if you're just looking at your own work, it can kind of get a bit. I mean, you kind of lose sight of what actually works and what doesn't, maybe. But I think that's quite an important thing to have. Maybe just like make a little group of 4 or 5 people who you go out with taking pictures on with a regular basis or something, and just kind of bounce ideas off each other. I do that quite a lot, and it's really helpful because otherwise you just, like you say, you just get loads of comments like great tones or emojis and stuff, which I'm grateful for, of course. It's lovely, but sometimes you need a bit of.
Yeah, I think we should definitely. I think we should. Yeah, because at the end of the day, you put it up for. I mean, yeah, I guess, but it has to be. It would have to be done under. You'd have to sort of say, I think, in the post, right? Give me some criticism and say what you think. You know, because a lot of it, I think, could become overdone. And the thing is, in text as well, it's a very sort of. It's a binary thing, you know. Like we're having a discussion. If you'd have written to me and I've written to you, it's a very sort of. I don't see any of your body language or anything. And if you said, mate, that picture's crap, I'm like, what? You could just be, you know what I mean? It's
hard to gauge. It's hard to. Yeah, I do that a lot because I feel like I forget people don't have my sense of humor or something, and then I kind of misjudge it, or you can come across as quite cold, I guess. But yeah, I get what you mean. Maybe especially when it's that public as well. Maybe not
especially what? Sorry. When
it's that public, maybe it's not the best.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. A lot of people are finding out that it's hard to get noticed. It's definitely is. I think someone wrote it in the comments. It's hard to get noticed. I think the last maybe 2-3 years, it was it just seems like everything's just sort of since Facebook took over basically.
Yeah. Because
if I don't engage with you, I don't see your pictures.
Well, I mean, yeah, I comment on people's pictures sometimes just because I want to make sure I still see that they're pictures.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't have a relevant. I mean, I obviously like the picture. Maybe I don't have like a relevant thing to say, but I still just put something in there just because I want it to be. I want to keep seeing their stuff because sometimes it just drop off for months or something, and then I get
it's really strange. I don't like that idea at all. I think if I follow a person, I want to see what they're doing. I don't want Facebook or some crappy algorithm to tell me we think you should see this advert for Volvo or some shitty camera bag. Yeah. I want to see the person who I'm following. Otherwise, I wouldn't follow that person, you know. But I think I haven't really heard a reason why that's better. Is it service-based for them? I guess I don't know. I mean, if they minimize everything, it's probably cheaper.
We'll get our tinfoil hats out and try and figure it out.
They're trying to squash us, Josh. Trying to squash us.
unacceptable.
No, it's really, it really sucks. I mean, it's a good platform because we know it's allowing us to do this live things and doing that. But there's a lot of, it's definitely, it's definitely become worse. It's almost impossible to get noticed as a small photographer. I think even if the work's great, it's just getting through that sort of. There's a lot of photographers saying that, I guess, that I follow, that they don't ever use any hashtags or anything, and they've got 70,000 followers and get 10,000 likes in every picture. It's the work, I guess.
It's a mystery. I don't know. Well, I mean, yeah, the work as well, obviously, big part of it.
Mm. Work-wise, what do you do otherwise, apart from photography?
I sell perfume. I work in the perfume business.
Okay.
Men's fragrance.
In high street wise, or like bulk? In bulk?
Wholesale, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's department stores in the UK. So import it from France and then we sell it to departments. I love it.
How'd you get into that?
I took a degree in French, and then
Right.
I saw an advert for a job that needed someone to speak French, and then
Mm-hmm.
worked from there. And I've been doing it for like 7 years now. But
Cool.
I love it. It's fun. Yeah, can't complain.
In the same place. Whereabouts in London are you based?
Richmond, West London. It's quite far
All
away.
right.
It's like right at the end of the tube. But yeah, it's nice around here. What about you? You're saying you work in a hospital?
Yeah, an animal hospital. Yeah, and member of the service team there here in Sweden, in Uppsala. So a lot of the shots in my page are from around the building. It's a new building. It's like 55,000 square meters. So it's newly built. So it's perfectly designed architecturally for light and shadows and stuff. So a lot of the stuff I get is from there. Just walking from one place to the other.
Do they not mind that you take pictures around there? Or?
No, I don't take any pictures of patients or people doing stuff. It's just like
not patients, but just the hospital in general, not like security.
No, that's no problem. That's no problem. But yeah, it's good fun. I think it's interesting to take stuff. A friend of mine, I was trying to do street for a long time, trying to make everything look like America. Do you know what I mean? Like trench coats and stuff. And what you have to think is people in America or other countries want to see what it's like where you live. Do you know what I mean? And it's difficult to get that sometimes. You think, I mean, there's not many people that walk around Uppsala taking photos or know what Uppsala looks like. So for people who live in New York and who live in London and they want to see what Stockholm looks like maybe, but for us who live in Stockholm, bored shitless a photo in Stockholm, you know?
I think, yeah, it's important to remember that for sure. Yeah, I don't know how many people that follow me are from like the States or anywhere else, but I think maybe it's important to have your kind of niche as well, isn't it? Like, I don't know, are there many street photographers in Uppsala, or I don't know how.
Yeah, there are, but it's a bit different culturally to sort of America and England, especially America. It's Swedes aren't, how would you say it, wouldn't be prone to going up taking photos of someone on the street.
Okay.
In that respect, they're a lot more respectful of people's private space and stuff like that, But that's why it's easy for me being English, so I can just go and. But I've lived there for a long time. I've lived there since 2001 now. So
I think people in London are much more relaxed about it than anywhere else I've been.
Yeah.
I think it's almost like a cliche, but like too polite maybe. Just can't be bothered for like any kind of conflict.
No.
But in Paris, I've been shouted at a few times, and San Francisco, I found it quite tricky. But there's no in the States. I mean, like West Coast or something. There's not many people even on the street. Everyone's in their cars. So it's kind of tricky there, I guess. But in London, I mean,
there's so many people in London though as well, aren't there? Yeah. That's the thing. There's so many people. It's like you blend in really easily.
I bought a Ricoh GR2 recently.
Yeah, I had one of those before. Yeah, sold it.
Yeah, I know. I just sold it as well. Actually, I've been using it for a few months, but I got shouted at a few times using that just because I had to get so close to people, just because of how wide it was. It's just so unnatural to use,
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, it's smaller than the iPhone. It was smaller than my iPhone 7 in size wise. But like I say, getting close, it's really right up in people's faces. I don't do that. I did that for a while. I don't know what you think about that, but I think everyone goes through that stage when they're sort of, I got to go Bruce Gilden up and right into someone's face. I don't. If it's not a good picture, I don't do that anymore. You know.
No, I mean, I don't really do that either myself. I just meant, something about the GR2. I think it just looks like you're being sneaky.
Yeah.
I'm just very conscious using it. I'm just like this weird little black.
It's the ultimate. It's the ultimate sleeper that it's gone full circle to become the ultimate creeper.
I think so. Yeah, I think you just look like a creep using it. I know. I felt really self-conscious using it. I'd rather have a big DSLR. I don't really like trying to hide what I'm doing. It just felt like I was trying to do that with that camera.
Yeah, yeah. But how do you deal with that? Do you erase the picture if someone says erase it?
If they ask, yeah. That's happened like 2 or 3 times. But I had a weird one when I was on the tube the other day, like about 11 o'clock at night, and there was this couple with their kind of arms around each other. I just took a picture of their hands. It wasn't a very interesting picture, but I just kind of instinctively was like, maybe something. And the guy sat next to me just went nuts, screaming like, "You can't take the picture without permission!" Like, he didn't even know them. Just tried to kind of get everyone in the tube. Like, this guy's a creep, No one could. No one cared, No,
he did the whole white knight thing. He jumped in and.
It was weird. He just got so. I've never seen. He was so angry. He ended up getting off the tube, and I was just kind of.
He snapped. He just snapped. You should have took a picture of him.
Yeah, I showed it to the couple, and they were like, please just don't give a shit."
You'd probably just blown a gasket if you'd just turned around and just taking pictures, stage and put it up as a series, like stages of his irritation.
Put it on continuous high, just right.
Yeah, just the whole thing. Thousands of pictures of him.
Yeah.
From the moment he erupted to the leaving to the whole thing, and then do an exhibition of it in London.
Yes, next time. Yeah.
Is that on the cards, or have you done one? Maybe, I don't know.
Exhibition? No.
Yeah.
No.
Not thinking about doing that.
I'd love to, but I just don't have the money to put one on, and I don't think anyone. I haven't had any. I don't know. One day. I don't know. It wouldn't be a surprise to anybody. It's all the pictures are on Instagram anyway, so.
Exactly.
I don't have anything hidden away to show anybody. So.
No, you have an exhibition already, don't you?
Yeah. Plus, I repost the same pictures quite a lot. So maybe I think people are getting a bit sick of seeing some of them. So.
Why do you do that?
Just because I don't have very many I'm actually pleased with. And I just try to. I think you just have to keep posting just to keep it going. So.
Yeah. Feed anxiety.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you find that sometimes you are how would I say it, that you are creating to post or posting what you create?
I used to just be very conscious about what would look good on Instagram, but now I just try to take what I mean. Like I say, I shoot in landscape 35mm quite a lot. And quite a lot of the time I crop to portrait for what I'm going to post on Instagram, but a lot of the time I do have a kind of full landscape shot I'm quite happy with. So maybe a bit of both, But I used to do that as well, make little borders around them. Yeah.
But then it becomes so small and tiny. I use the Craig's technique, 6 Feet Under's technique of putting it into Snapseed. You take the whole image and put it into Snapseed, and you expand it.
Yeah.
With a 3.5, and then when it's expanded, you then cut it back down again using 5.4, and then you can take the whole image, but it doesn't become miniature when you're.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff the detail just disappears. It becomes like a little square filled with stuff.
Yeah, I don't want. There's no alternative really. I don't want a square phone, really. So.
No.
I don't know how I'll just deal with it. I guess it is what it is, but. I like to look up stuff on the desktop if I can. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, do you? I'm pretty much never look on Instagram on my computer.
Oh, I do it all the time. Love it. I mean, the quality is still bad, but it's better.
Do you take anything with your phone?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You post it as well?
Yeah. quite a lot.
Yeah.
I'd say about 30% of my feed is phone stuff, to be honest with you.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Doesn't.
I've got no problem with it. A lot of people don't like doing that, or don't admit it. They're taking with their phone as if it's some kind of lesser thing, you know. But for me, it's a camera on a phone. I mean, you're taking a picture, aren't you? At the end of the day,
The camera,
doesn't matter if you take it on a paper.
Yeah, you can edit it to look the same as your other stuff. Quality is fine. You might lose a bit of depth of field, but I don't know. Doesn't bother me.
No. What do you do on your edits? They're quite minimal. I've noticed you desaturate the colors or put like you got a lot of orange tone in your stuff.
Yeah, I thought they were quite heavy, to be honest with you. I feel like I'm being quite heavy-handed at the moment. So if you're saying they're minimal, yeah, I just like highlights down, shadows up, warm them up a bit, and then do mess a bit about with the HSL. No clarity or anything, that stuff, or sharpening. I de-sharpen them quite a bit sometimes because I don't really like. I think maybe that's shooting film has maybe got a bit used to that kind of a bit more softer, like.
Yeah, but it looks more real, doesn't it? In a way, it looks more natural.
Yeah, sometimes the stuff out the Sony is so sharp. It's just like.
Yeah, I found that digital for me. I mean, of course, I still shoot it, but it feels almost like it's flat. It feels like it's flat on the screen, whereas film can look more. It looks like you've captured a moment. It can look more. Now I sound really pretentious, but it's not meaning to sound like that. But I mean, visually, it looks like you have depth. The depth of field looks real,
yes, as
compared to like a digital depth of field. You know, it seems like it's there. There's actually a depth to it. And when I compare photos of taken both digital and film, that is where I can see the difference. It's just that, but if they're side by side, it's strange.
It's hard to put your finger on it, isn't it? Almost kind of describe it, or kind of replicating it is just impossible, I guess. But yeah, you can always. I try and make pictures look like film, but it's still not even close.
No, you can tell. You can tell. It's definitely something. And the more you see it, the more you can tell that what is and what's not. Like you say, I also tried to do the same thing and replicate it. And sometimes people say, "What film is it?" Well, it's not film. It's taken with my iPhone, or I took it with my Fuji, and I did this. But I think when you see it, you see it. What are your what? Sorry.
I was saying, I think that the more you shoot film, I think the more you learn about editing digital pictures. I found as well. You become aware of the colors and what you need to watch shifts and. I don't know,
yeah, exactly.
My personal experience.
Exactly.
Like you're saying, my edits have changed quite a bit. It's because of shooting film, for sure, I think. But
yeah. So, top 5 influencers at the moment, then.
Okay.
Put you on the spot there.
Matt Stewart. I mean, I don't know. He's like one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
I just love the kind of London and the humor and the way he composes images. I mean, that's he's probably my biggest. I mean, I've been trying to build up kind of series of images, like a kind of humor theme, like the kind of. I mean, I know it's been done before, but that's just what appeals to me the most. Those are the pictures I enjoy looking at the most.
Yeah.
That kind of style, like him and Jeff Memelstein as well,
and
Daniel Arnold. Those kind of, just the kind of 35mm rangefinder, scene, and there's something, I don't know, the pictures where there's you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, an interesting picture now is just something you want to look at for more than just a split second.
Yeah.
And there's ones where you're just what is that? You're like, okay, that's.
What did the person see at that time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's a little bit getting back to what we were saying before, was that is the sort of thing that makes you stop and look. Yeah. I mean, now when I just see a person on a street by themselves in a shadow, I just scroll past it. I've just become so saturated with it. It's like this standard norm, It's a standard thing.
I mean, I don't really. I still like that stuff. It's just there's just if you can do it well, I don't think there's anything wrong with. I mean, just if it's yeah, I know what you mean. There is a lot of it around, but.
So I'm doing it in perspective as well of trying to find features for capture streets as well. Otherwise
just bombarded
Oh,
like non-stop. Like, yeah,
it's hard now to find a photo that's not from another, that's not tagged with Capture Streets, that's from another hub. Do you know what I
oh
mean? Because
yeah,
that's the thing when you have like, you go through your feed and you see the same photo 10 times because it's on 10 different hubs, you know?
yeah, yeah.
That's annoying. You got two left.
Two left. Okay. Went to that. There's a big Martin Parr exhibition on in London at the moment, which is the best exhibition I've ever been to.
Yeah.
His color in his pictures is something I'm always trying to kind of. For years and years. It's just.
It's extremely controversial, isn't he? Some people don't think he should have anything to do with Magnum. It's the same.
Is that still a thing? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I think definitely if he, I watch it. Is it Martin Parr Studios and his Instagram?
Yeah.
Some people are just like, what the fuck is this? Why is it a picture of a cupcake? This is absolute shit. But I think if you look at the whole of his stuff, it's a little bit the same as Eggleston. I think people are like, why are you taking pictures of nothing? But it has that weird appeal in a way.
Well, I just think it's just the Englishness in a way. I think that's such.
Yeah.
It's almost been like well, for me, it's what it seems like a kind of lifetime project of his, just documenting the UK. It's just there's no one else that's really. He's one of my all-time favourites, to be honest with you. But I get that it wouldn't be for everybody. But.
Definitely, I know exactly what you mean. It's like a visual busman's holiday. A lot of his stuff, you know what I mean, like with the deck chairs and the like Blackpool type vibe. It doesn't get any more. I know exactly what you're saying.
No, I love that stuff. That's just I think there's some nostalgia, and there's kind of bit of a cringy. I don't know. I love it. That's just I know it's not for everybody, but
no, I get what you mean. I like it as well, definitely. And it seems like it can be it can be a bit of a talking point. People think if you like it, it's just because it's to do with Magnum, and it's. But I'd like it even if it wasn't. There's a lot of photographers that we've got on Instagram here that take the same sort of stuff that have got nothing to do with Magnum, but they have 200 followers, but still their images are the same.
Yeah, I guess.
Are you saving the best for last?
Let me have a look at my bookshelf. Oh yeah, I mean, Vivian Maier is probably one of my all-time favourites.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I bought a Rolleiflex about 6 months ago. Wanted to try and get into medium format, and I was just like, I just couldn't get on with it. Like the reverse viewfinder, the meter coupled to the camera. The focus throw was like 5 or 6 full turns.
Yeah.
It was just so like humbling, like trying to get anything with it. I was just like, wow, I'm shit. I'm really shit, because like stuff she managed to get with it, and I could barely even, like, by the time I'd set the meter, focused it, composed, what I was trying to take a picture, it was like 6 hours had gone by. What I was trying to take a picture of was long gone. Terrible.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. It's they're amazingly great cameras to shoot with. I've got the Yashica TLR, and it's I love shooting with it, but I always, every time I pick it up, I think exactly that. How the hell did you take those pictures with that camera? And of course, you got used to it as well, but it's no easy feat. Definitely not. And they're super sharp, and they're super. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I think that there's a documentary the BBC did where they went through.
Yeah.
They got one roll of her film from start to finish, and every shot was incredible. It's just like they were saying like her hit rate was just bonkers.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes you realize that there's levels.
Yeah, so I mean, it was just humbling for me, because I got it. I was like, oh, I've got 20,000 followers. Yeah, I'm gonna do this now. Oh no, I'm a pile of shit. Cool.
I know what you mean. I'm gonna get myself a TLR, and I'm gonna show exactly how Vivian Maier did it. Doesn't really work out well, does it?
No, that wasn't what I was thinking, but I just thought, I can pick this up. It's easy. No. I sold it after like a month.
Yeah, I remember you said. Is it? I think I wrote on one of it. Is that when the Rolleiflex? No, it's gone. It's gone.
I go through cameras so often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you only got the one now, the Sony?
Got the Sony and M6.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sell that. Love that.
I can't deal with rangefinder, man. I don't know what it is. I just can't. I can't deal with it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like the fact that it's in the middle and you sort of have to no. I think it's. I've tried it in all forms. Everyone says it's amazing and it's the best way to shoot and it goes so quick and everything. I can't. And then it gets all complicated when you put different lenses on because of you can't use that one with that frame and all that sort of stuff. And I lose interest.
Yeah, I mean,
but I want one.
I find it much easier than focusing like a SLR myself. I can't focus that.
In what? Because it just you see it goes quicker, or you think?
Yeah, way quicker for me. Yeah, I'd love it. I mean, I find it just when you get used to it, you can't. I don't think if you can focus as fast as like a mirrorless camera. I think if you just kind of, I don't know.
But do you not fit? Do you sort of you focus it in the middle and then you recompose the shot?
Yeah.
Because you only got that little sort of.
Yeah, I mean, I find it. Yeah, I think it's great. It took a bit of a learning curve, but I think for me, once I got it down, I'm like, I can see why it's. I can see why. So I also bought a Mamiya 6 as well, which is a rangefinder medium format as well, and the viewfinder on that is like gigantic. So yeah, I find, and then I've been trying a Mamiya 645, which is SLR style.
Yeah.
And I just can't focus that at all. Maybe it's just me.
No.
Maybe it's my eyes. I don't know. Works for me.
No, it's definitely it's definitely, like I said, maybe it's just because I'm not doing it too much, but instantly I just thought, I should try. Maybe try again. I want one as well because I want an M6 just because it's just an M6, and everyone says they're amazing. I want one. I never even shot a Leica.
Yeah, I just wanted to see what the fuss about it was really. I kind of always had in my head that they were really expensive, and I never really looked into it. And it was cheaper than I thought it was going to be actually. For like and I got like a cheap Voigtlander lens as well. So yeah, but I'm not telling him.
No, can you feel the? Do you think the hype is justified?
Yeah, I do. I genuinely do. Except loading it is a pain.
You have to take the bottom off, don't you?
Yeah.
Take the plate off at the bottom and sort of push it up. And
I messed that up quite a few times. First few rolls. I don't know how, but I like loaded it and then it was like go back round and then through back into where the film was and start winding around that. I don't know how I managed that. But
oh damn!
I'm over that now.
Now you're super changing.
Yeah.
No, there definitely some.
I recommend you get one. Yeah.
I have to get over my fear of rangefinders.
Yeah.
I think I have to try. Yeah, so perfume shop daytime, and then out photoing. Any other hobbies, interests? You don't have time, I guess.
No, not really. That's literally it. I did play the banjo.
Ah, cool.
But that's fallen by the wayside with the pictures, really. Unfortunately. I think if you just keep scrolling back through my feed for like 4 years, there's a video of me playing the banjo, I think. Secret tip.
I think people should go in when we finish this interview and discussion and go and like that, so that gets boosted as many times as possible.
Yeah, and if you can critique it, that would be great.
Yeah, we can critique the banjo. So what is it, bluegrass stuff or?
Clawhammer style it's called. It's like really folky American style. You like hold your hand like a claw and like, yeah.
Do you have a banjo close to hand?
I do. I'm not playing it.
That would be a perfect ending, wouldn't it? Take us out with the banjo.
The moment I mentioned that, I regretted it.
Yeah. Well, there's no stress to play the banjo.
Oh, thank you. That's kind of you.
No pressure whatsoever.
Do you have an instrument you'd like to play?
I've got a guitar there. I used to play the guitar, and also fell by the wayside to photography as well. So
You're gonna give us a song?
if we'd have known, we could have done some kind of a banjo guitar we could do dueling banjos, couldn't we? We could have done that.
That would have been nice, yeah. No one would have tuned in, but
No, no. What are we doing? We're done an hour almost.
bloody hell.
Time flew by. Is there anything you want to bring up and talk about?
Do we want to answer any questions or anything? I don't know. So,
Yeah, we can do if you're up for that. Definitely. A lot of stuff is about gear.
I can't really see them. Hold on.
A lot of stuff is about gear, and then also dealing with street photography. Do likes matter? What have we got?
No.
Someone asked if you're a full-time photographer.
No. What lens using the M635? Yes.
Are you selling your Mamiya 645?
I am, Lee. Do you want it?
No, there's a guy here who wants it.
Yeah. Sorry. He's also called Lee. Sorry. Confused.
Aha.
Sorry.
There we go. Yeah, he's up for it. What's the place? That's a good question. What's the one place you'd love to visit and shoot?
Los Angeles, I think. I think the colours will be fun.
Hmm?
I went a few years ago, but didn't take a camera. Yeah, I don't know actually. Cuba.
Yeah, definitely. The old cars and the colours there. That seems to be a color dream.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But just went to New York, but didn't really get any pictures I was pleased with there. So, I don't know. Rambling.
Why did you start with street photography? That's an interesting one.
That is an interesting one. Well, I studied photography when I was like 17. I took an A-level in it, and we had to shoot just black and white film, and developed it ourselves in a darkroom and stuff. So I did all these. I did like these projects on like Bresson and Eugene Adjei and kind of like all the kind of big, origin, like the did a big thing about Ansel
Adams,
and it was just I was just taking like black and white like landscapes and stuff like that, and we had to shoot like 5 rolls a week, and I just we lived in quite a small town. I just couldn't really. I was just taking stuff for the sake of it, not really enjoying it. It just became a bit of a chore, but I really enjoyed like the street photography stuff, but didn't have an opportunity to do it.
5 rolls a week.
Yeah,
that's a heavy schedule.
It was. Well, I think maybe there was like it was a small place a small place I lived in, and 5 rolls every week, and trying to find like a theme and a subject, and I just didn't get on with it. It just really became a bit of a chore, and I was just taking pictures for the sake of it and not really enjoying them.
But did they give you tasks? So this roll you have to look for a fence. This roll you have to look for something, or was it just like you had to do your own projects? Because I mean, if it's projected,
I don't know. It was like 15 years ago, so I can't remember a huge amount. I remember just coming away from it and thinking like, not for me.
No.
But I bought some books on like street photography and like Bresson and stuff, and then a few years later I started a business, like a kind of clothing company, just as like a hobby. And I had to buy a DSLR just to take product pictures, and I ended up just walking on the street with that, and then kind of started looking back at my photography books and was like, street photography, and then kind of just ended up going back towards it. But I bought like an entry-level Nikon and like a 50mm lens, thinking that was what you had to buy, and not realizing that was then like 80mm or something.
80, yeah.
Just having a nightmare with it, and then I didn't really know what I was doing. But yeah, kind of a convoluted story. That's how I got kind of started off into it, hated it, and then came back, and then yeah. Hello?
Are you back? You hear me?
Yes.
I went all strange there, and then you went all sped up.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good. The movement was smooth. I was saying, do you take a lot of private pictures, like family and friends and stuff that's not street?
Yeah, all the time. Take a lot of pictures of my wife and friends, and yeah, I think
Cat.
mostly the cat. Yeah, I feel like sometimes I wind up friends and stuff just having a kind of camera all the time. I try and get candid pictures of them as well. So I don't know, but used to it now.
You never want to post them?
I don't know. I think it's nice to have some private stuff, isn't it? Like, it's not for everybody, isn't it? I think so. What
Yeah, definitely. It's your. No,
Yeah.
it's your. Well, I post everything I take photos of. I used to do that before, but then I just thought, whatever.
Fair enough.
But I don't have 30,000 followers either, so it's different.
Yeah.
You know, but I guess no, I don't. It's each to their own. I understand that definitely, and you know, I used to not like putting up photos of my daughter for a while, but then I don't put them up in like private stuff. It's more for out doing something, or you know, it's mostly the light for me. It doesn't matter what the subject is in the light, and I'd sort of forget that really. It becomes like a thing that sort of. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very rare that I see someone go, wow, that person's got a really nice face on the street, like an old person with wrinkles, the classic, and sort of go and take a picture of that just because it's, this has got some, it's more like there's a person sitting in that bit of a light. I'll take that photo. It's more that for me now,
That's
to
nice.
be honest. I'm sort of blind to the person of it. And it becomes more of a hunt of finding a nice bit of light and then putting the person in that light is more interesting for me now than looking for a person that's interesting, you know? Because I find that if I'm looking around for a person that's interesting all the time, I never find it, and it becomes like.
I know what you mean. I don't do that anymore. Just more, you just kind of wait for it to happen in a way, I guess.
Yeah. And then here as well, it's, you know, go out on a Saturday in London compared to going out Saturday in Uppsala. You know, people can see you from 100 meters away when you go in with a camera, whereas in London it's fully packed all the time. So there's probably a lot more things going on. You know, Stockholm's different; it's a big city, but there's more people in London than there is in Sweden. So.
Yeah, for sure, that's true.
So I don't know, but it's definitely interesting watching your work and following your stuff. I like it a lot.
Appreciate it.
He did a really good one the other day. The classic juxtaposition style with the two people sitting on the bench and then the lovers on the bus.
Yeah, I got another one with like some people looking at a map, and then behind them on the bus it says where are we going or something like that. So I got two of those now. Might work on some kind of project with them maybe. Could be fun.
Was that pure luck, or did you see that and wait for something behind, or you just sort of, oh, there we go, bam?
Well, the buses are just moving all the time, so it's just pure luck. So, but I've got two of them in 3 years. Maybe I'll have a project in 20 years.
Yeah. Do you follow that guy, Jonathan Higby? Is it Alive in the Street?
He was what I was going to say earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's sick. It's like it's not even human. It's like the Vivian Mayer of TLRs. His photos.
Yeah, he's probably one of my all-time favorites. Yeah, no, he's very inspired by his stuff. Yeah.
I was talking about him the other day, and you can't. I don't think you can learn that in a way. I mean, he has that eye, and that is what he sees. Whereas some people see, like, you know, the color. You have like 6 Street Under. He sees the color and sort of placing people in that color. Do you know, it's very color oriented, I think. And it's also the same there. You either see it or you don't see it, and it's the same with the Alive in the City stuff. I think I couldn't see that in a million years, even if I tried. I don't think it's like a special. I don't know. Maybe I could. Maybe you could learn it in years and years and years, but it feels like it comes so natural to him in that level.
Yeah,
it's a whole other level. I don't think there's anyone compared to. I've never seen a photographer that does juxtapositions like that.
No, it's crazy. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know how he does it. The secret.
There's a couple that stand out that definitely are on different levels. You can see that as well. But no, he's. I did like a street, like a workshop here in Uppsala, some stuff about Instagram and shooting methods, and I'd used up his Jonathan Higby, I think. Someone wanted to repeat his name, and his Instagram is Alive in the City, right?
Alive is the city, I think.
Alive is the City, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And and also 6 Feet Under as well. So that's a favorite.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the thing,
big fan of Craig's just since I got into it. Really, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think as long as I mean, like I said, I crop the same way as he does. He definitely influences a lot of people.
Oh.
You can see I think all of us in some way, because he has an image. He'll put an image like the floating hat image, and I can see it scrolling through, and then all of a sudden Instagram will fill up with people trying to take floating hat images. You know, it's like definitely be a street influencer, I guess.
It's impressive as well, though. I mean, the hat one. I mean, I saw so many, but they weren't even close. I mean, I saw some of them were just painted out. Just the background is just.
Yeah, I know. But it's also annoying when his hit rate is also insane. You can see it when he does his stories, and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, perfect.
The stuff he's been getting in New York as well, by the looks of it. Jealous. Yeah.
Yeah, there's levels. There's levels to it.
For sure.
That sounded depressing, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, we're never going to be that good, man. We're never going to be that good. I'm not going to buy any more Vivian May books. I don't actually have any photography books at all.
What?
I think. No.
Why not?
Because I don't know. I'm just not really interested in it. I don't think that part of it. I don't. I'll explain that. I watch the only book, or I like looking at the images. I don't know. It doesn't do anything for me. I'm not really interested in that. It's like gear and settings and stuff like that. I'm not interested in that. I don't know. I just don't. I'd rather be out shooting stuff.
That's surprising. For me, it's just a nice, like, when you can't be out taking pictures all the time, so it's kind of just a nice, for me, it's just a nice thing to do at home, you know, having got the TV on, get a nice big photography book out. I
don't know. I think I'm become damaged by Capture Streets in that way. Like, it's just too much. Sometimes it's just too much. I get like, just completely, I don't know, looking for new stuff. It becomes oversaturated with it, and I just sort of like, I don't want
to become mature.
No, I was thinking about starting another one, having like a Capture Streets, and then having something else, and then not just having it go in the background. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't know yet. We shall see. Not still with street photography, but maybe, I don't know, maybe film or something like that, and get, try and sort of branch out. Maybe I wouldn't be able to do street, capture nature. I couldn't do anything like that because I don't know enough about it. I'm not. But
or maybe people submit like projects, maybe, or like series.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. You could be an admin in one of them if you want. Get it?
I'll hold you to that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100%. If you think of a good. You what?
Spicy Streets, 2K19.
Spicy Streets, just Spicy Streets.
Yeah.
And it can just be selfies of you with a banjo.
Yeah. I'm going to change the password so you can't get in.
Yeah, we can do that.
Right.
But as long as you could just do that anyway, couldn't you? As long as it's banjo, just banjos.
Shouldn't have told you that.
No, I think we should see some banjo before you go. To be honest with you, I think the people want the banjo.
I'm sorry, Joey. Hard to understand you as it is. I get that a lot.
Where do you come from, Joey?
No pleasing Joey.
Joe's not happy at all.
Thanks, Joey. Sorry. Where were we? I don't know.
We're trying to please Joey now.
Banjo sucks.
Wow.
Definitely want to. Definitely want to see the banjo from Nycox Treat. Okay.
Everyone wants to see. You see? How many people want to see the banjo?
Any photography questions? Oh, I feel bad for Joe.
No, don't worry about it, Joe. It's good. Don't worry.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Wow, wow, Josh, savage. You savage, Joey, man.
I'm sorry. It's right. I was talking over you quite a lot, so it's right.
And I was talking over you. I'm sorry.
Sorry, everybody. We'll refund you.
We're going to post this also onto our. No, don't worry about it, Joey. It's cool. Look at everyone. Just do some banjo. Everyone wants some banjo, man.
Clem. Fucking Clem. Don't
No,
follow Clem.
No, it isn't ruined. What we're going to do is we're going to
unfollow Clem.
Clem?
Clemono there. Unfollow.
We're going to post it on YouTube.
Cool.
Because I want to try and keep them, because what happens if they stay on in 24 hours and then they disappear? I'm going to post this up on YouTube later.
Okay. Cool.
Baby Bull hates the banjo.
Good.
We've got time for some quick questions. Anyone got any questions for Josh?
Hi, Denise. Hi. How do you shoot that?
Like what?
Take a picture. Hope for the best. Spray and pray. No. I don't got any questions. Should wrap it up, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, we can do. Seeing if anyone else is coming up with anything. It's a lot of stuff about gear, but we've already gone through that. It's going to be posted up for a while. It's the you got the Sony happening. What's your stance on auto ISO?
I don't use it, mostly because I don't understand how it works. I don't know. I just maybe because I've been using the Sony for so long, I just don't really need to think about it too much. So.
Do you use auto shutter?
What do I do? I set the ISO. Yeah, I just shoot aperture priority, but set the ISO as well, mostly. So I kind of change ISO and aperture, and then auto shutter. Yeah, that's what you asked. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So you use aperture priority.
You can tell I've used my camera once or twice. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Have you got any plans to come to Munich? To go to Munich?
No. I don't know.
You better start. You better start changing those plans. Felix on the streets wants to do some Munich stuff.
Felix, I'm on my way.
What is a perfect millimeter prime lens for street photography? Whatever you're comfortable with, I'd say. There isn't one.
No. I like 35. I like 50. 28 I've been trying. I don't know.
Whatever you're comfortable with. Whatever gets the shot you want, I guess.
Exactly. Or get like a... Thoughts on black and white photography? I like looking at black and white pictures, but I don't take them myself, really. I can't really see it very well. I find it hard to... I always wonder what a picture will look like in colour if I take it in black and white. So.
What about 24 millimeters? Same there, no problem.
I tried that. For me, it was a bit too wide, but if you enjoy it.
I have to get close, I guess. Now Instagram's doing their classic. After a while, it gets too long. We've done what, an hour and 3 minutes, and now it's going to start to lag.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to have to wrap it up. To be fair,
okay.
Otherwise, because I want to try and save it now, so I put it up. I couldn't do that on my iPhone; it wouldn't let me save. So now I'm going to try and save it up, and then we'll load it up to. It's going to be on here for 24 hours, and then we'll put it up on YouTube on the Capture Streets YouTube channel. So if you're not already subscribed to that, go in and check that out, because then you can see this as long as you like. And then we've got also Suzanne Stain, Craig's on there, and a couple of others. Hopefully, I'm going to try and do these more now. I've got a working phone. But
Yeah, no,
spicy
I've
meatball,
enjoyed the one you've
spicy
done.
dot meatball.
Thank you. Thanks for asking me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Fun.
Of course. Who do you think we should have on next? This is a new thing. This is a new thing that I'm doing. That you can decide who we have on next, and if they're up for it, of course.
Eldar Lee, maybe. He's one of my favourites. New York.
Okay.
He might not be happy with me saying that. I don't know. He came to London the other day. It was nice.
Let me DM me his nick, his name. I'll give him a shout.
I will do. Okay. Cool.
Take care, Josh. Thanks for dropping by, man.
Thanks
Good
so much.
stuff.
Thanks, everybody.
Take care.
Chat to you.
You too, mate. I'll close it off from up here.